Well, howdy everyone. Sorry I ain't put out a video in quite a few days. Something I want to talk about. I kind of mentioned in the last video. Depression, mental illness, which I have both, unfortunately. I never knew I had mental illness until I was in my 30s. The type of mental illnesses I have is, things they describe as, wanting to be alone. I don't hear voices in my head or nothing like that. I'm not psychotic or nothing like that. Self-harm, that's one. As far as the depression, never really thought about it much growing up, but I was a depressed kid, man. Now that I think about it, I've seen a therapist and talked to a therapist off and on for the past few years, and I learned a lot about myself and the causes. Like I said, I like staying alone. So growing up, I was alone a lot. I'd go up in the woods and be alone with my thoughts. I'm an overthinker. If you tell me something, and I don't feel like it's the truth, I'll overthink it until I find out the truth. That's terrible thing to do. But being depressed growing up, I was a fat kid, and of course, those other kids made fun of me. That made me depressed as a kid and didn't know what it was. I dealt with a bully. That depressed me and caused me to, kind of go within myself until my daddy told me I either had to beat his ass or he was going to beat my ass every day he found out that bully was whipping my ass. So I had to learn to fight. And I went to school, kicked that motherfucker's ass. And to deal with depression ever since I was a child and not know what it was hard. It's even hard for me now. I go through the bouts of depression sometimes they'll last for a day, sometimes a couple of days, and sometimes for weeks. And things in life trigger it. Like I said, when I was going to school in elementary and stuff, I made like 3 friends: John, Brad, and David. And they're still my friends yet today. We've all seen each other go through so much. But I've tried to hide a lot of things that I went through in my life from them. I'm one of these that likes to deal with things on my own problems. I hate asking for help. I've always did things on my own. When Daddy taught me how to do things, or my uncles, I just go off and do it, I didn't want no help. Now, when I turned like 33, 32, 33, 34, somewhere in there, I got diagnosed with diabetes and not the best health. Now it's got worse. And that weighs on me. That makes me, that doesn't help the depression any. You know, I'm retired now, retired truck driver. You know, this time of year I start feeling a little bit better. You know, I'm able to get out a little bit and work in my garden beds and garden. That gives me some joy. Painting, I try to do some paintings. I'm not very good. I know a lot of people have commented, you know, how great my paintings are. I think they're okay. I'm no Picasso or nothing like that. I wish I was. I have that kind of money. But see, that's how I deal with things. I like to joke. Because when I was younger and getting older, I seen that by me joking, people liked me. Then I wasn't so depressed. So I made fun of myself instead of them making fun of me. I took that power away from them of hurting me, and now I'm the one who hurts myself. It sucks. I know in high school I dealt with my depression a little bit better because by me joking, class clown, talking shit all the time, people like me. I don't know how real it was or wasn't. I don't know. But, you know, another thing that, as far as my depression, everything I've ever tried, my mom would always kick against. I was in the Boy Scouts for a while, kicked me on, took me out of it. Everything I was trying to achieve, she'd always knock me down, you know. Try to play sports, knock me down. I'm not taking you back and forth to practice. I ain't doing this, I ain't coming to no games. Finally in high school I started taking Taekwondo, and I achieved it. I got my black belt without her help, bitching about it the whole time. But that was the first time I actually succeeded at something. I started it and I finished it. In school, I love school. I love learning. I love my teachers. We had some of the greatest teachers, man. I know I've mentioned that before, but I just can't tell you how much that we were so lucky to have teachers like we had. But I never really got to hang out with my friends like most, you know, like everybody else during up and down the neighborhood. Like I said, I sat and played. We had a little basketball net, sat and played with it, or, you know, pass baseball around, dads around me, or me and my brother pass the ball. When people were allowed to come up, they weren't allowed to stay long. You know, friends of ours or even fucking cousins. So I guess that's, you know, that's when the depression started. And then dumbass me got married at 18. I guess it's because I was rebellion because we moved here to Tazewell. I hated it. I still love the place, love the county. Just the majority of the people, I can't fucking stand them. Especially the wealthy fuckers. Act like they're better than everybody. I'm not used to that. I didn't see that shit growing up. I've seen people who had money, and I've seen people who didn't have money. I've seen people poor, I've seen people rich. But you come up here to Tazewell, it's just like fucking high school. Everybody got a fucking clique. And see, in high school, I wasn't in no clique. I tried to talk bullshit with everybody. I just never fit in. I've never fit in nowhere. Well, at least that's how I feel. You know, got married at 18, had a baby at 18, my first son, struggling, working a fucking job out here at Clinch Valley Printing, only making fucking $3 an hour. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I don't know why I did it. Thought I was in love. When love is fucking lust. And that woman, after she left me and took my two sons, god damn, that's when the depression fucking hit, man. I couldn't see them for 2 weeks. She's out fucking everybody in the fucking McDonald's where she was working. Her fucking family wouldn't tell me where they were at. I thought something bad had happened. And then have to go to court. I had to get Daddy to help me pay for a fucking lawyer. You know, John and Brad and David, they were my best men in that wedding, and they begged me before the wedding. Jump in the car with them. They'd take me anywhere I wanted to go. Said I could stay with them, sign up and go to college with them, whatever. Whatever I decided to do, whatever I wanted to do. Damn, I wish I had. I love my kids with all my heart. But I know something about my kids. They have fucked me up too. Between mom, and then 1992, Daddy died. I tried to save him. Me and my uncle trying to resuscitate him back where he had a massive heart attack. He was 2 days from his 46th birthday. I took that hard. I took it real hard. I mean, it was like 12 years, man. I hated the fucking world. The shit I said and the shit I done to people, I mean, I just flipped. And that's when I found out that there wasn't no God. Take a good man like Daddy. Daddy wasn't perfect. But damn, after he retired in the last 5 years of his life is when I finally got to know who my daddy was. And then he fucking died. See, that added to the depression. As you can tell, it still does. And that's going on 30 years. Dealing with an ex-wife that's taking me to court every time I turn around for more money for child support. The harder I work, the more they took. Then met my second wife. Didn't want to marry her. Wasn't going to either. But this is funny what this year means. It's 30 years ago since Daddy passed away and my daughter Lee was born. Me and Amy got married. And I didn't want to marry her. I told Mom and Dad, no, fuck no. They're like, well, she's pregnant. You're going to take care of that baby. So I will take care of the baby if it's mine. I didn't even know it was mine. I didn't believe them. I don't trust women, man. Been lied to so much in my fucking life. Everybody hides shit behind me, and then I find out shit later in years. Depression sucks. When you feel like nobody gives a fuck about you and you're all alone, and it's like everybody's got some kind of conspiracy shit behind you. It's fucking weird. You know, here I was supposed to be happy when my daughter was born. I couldn't even be happy for that because I was hurting so bad. Daddy only died like a month before that. And I'm still hurting. Like I said, I went through this shit for 12 years. I got a job in Roanoke, working at, running a print shop, actually. And I was up there by myself 4 days a week. You know, granted, I had a salesman and stuff like that, but I didn't have no family around me. I didn't have no friends. John came to see me a couple times when I was working there. And I loved it. But every time I turn around, here I'm going right back to court. Ex-wife fucking throwing me up there in front of the judge, want more money, more money, more money. I couldn't work hard enough. I couldn't make enough to satisfy them. And then try to buy my boys something for Christmas or their birthday, and knowing I couldn't afford shit. I guess another reason why my depression's so bad, because I always thought I was going to be somebody when I was growing up. I always wanted to do something special. I didn't know what it was. I never knew what I wanted. Still don't know what I want. And I'm 52 years old, and I hate that. You know, here my best friends and other friends have accomplished so much. You know, they're lawyers, they're engineers. You know, I wanted, you know, I hate saying it, and I know everybody laugh at me, make fun of me, but I really thought I had a chance maybe being a stand-up comic, but I never got the opportunity. I was too busy having to kill myself, destroy my body, sacrifice myself for my family. That's what I thought you're supposed to do. But, you know, been separated 3-4 times. Found out that my mom and brother fucking lied to me for 20 years, or almost 20 years. 2 weeks after Daddy died, they put the fucking mountain and everything in my brother's name. My mom said she wouldn't put in my name or let me have anything because my ex-wife would tuck it. So when I finally did buy it, I had to sell it like 12 years later because fucking doctor bills. I can't get ahead, man. And everybody wonders why I like staying alone now. And this pandemic just put the icing on the cake. Had trouble with my sons as they growing up. My older son's smart as a fucking whip. And he got into drugs and shit, worried about him. Constantly fighting, bitching. They all cornered me a few years ago and told me that the only thing I did was scream and holler at them when they were little. I told them, I said, well, quit fucking up. And then I quit, then I started doing the Daddy Brady talk because I used to whip the boys when they were little, and I hate whipping. There's just something degrading about whipping a kid. I know that's how I was raised. I got my ass busted. Like I said, I got my ass busted for shit I didn't do. But I started talking to them. Telling them my experience. Telling them about life. They hated it. They would sit there and look at me, roll their eyes, and beg me to bust their ass so they can get it over with, and I wouldn't do it. I love my kids with all my heart, man. Like I said, I sacrificed so much, and then when I started driving a truck and being away, rushing to get back to a ball game, rushing to come back to a birthday or a holiday, Sometimes I'd get here on time, sometimes I wouldn't. But the only thing they can remember is me yelling at them. And apparently it affected them. And I hate that. I hate I hurt my kids like that. But they're paying me back. They don't ever come around. The boys don't ever come around unless they want something. I'm happy to see them, even if I got to do something for them. My girls, now they're against me. Because this past, see, my daughter, she was born on Thanksgiving, 92. And this last birthday in November, I was going to surprise her and take her out somewhere to eat because she always fussed that she always had to share her birthday with Thanksgiving. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll do something nice. I'll take her out to eat. I'll surprise her. Got her a pretty necklace for her birthday. And, you know, we had Thanksgiving that day, and my stomach tore up. Sometimes, you know, it just happens, especially the medication I take. I was watching Dallas, huge Dallas Cowboy fan. Dallas was losing. That was aggravating the fuck out of me. My daughter, Dallas, has a boyfriend I can't fucking stand. He's sorry as shit. I mean, every boyfriend she's had, they ain't worth a fuck. And, you know, I point that shit out. Why don't you find you a man that actually gives a shit about what he wants to do? She said, you don't want nobody just lay around and don't do nothing. But she gets aggravated at me for pointing that out. That's one thing my kids don't like about me, is the fact that they've had relationships with people that I've told them, I ain't gonna work, ain't gonna last. It's better to give it up now before, you know, you have kids, heartache, or some money is involved. But, just like me, I didn't listen, so they don't listen. And then they get mad at me when found out I'm right. But with Lee, you know, I comment about her hair. She had bangs, and I didn't like it. I told her, I said, you know, you look prettier without the bangs. Well, apparently I hurt her feelings. I said something about this long coat she had on. I told her she looked like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Apparently I hurt her feelings, and she's a Star Wars fan. But when I was at, you know, she said that her and Dallas was going to go out the next day and shopping, Christmas shopping. And I was like, well, I want to take you out to eat. It was going to be a surprise for your birthday. Can't do it at lunch. Can we do it at dinner? No. We can do breakfast. I don't want to do fucking breakfast. I have a hard time waking up. So she got pissed. I got pissed. She said I raised my voice. I don't remember. Maybe I did. I normally remember when I raised my motherfucking voice. But after she left, she didn't come back. Her and Dallas, and me and Lee normally message each other every other day, or she'll call. And I noticed I wasn't getting no phone calls or messages, so I tried to message her and call her. And I noticed on Facebook she blocked me. She blocked me on texting and the phone and everything. I was wanting to know, what the fuck? What did I do? And Dallas told me that she'd talked to her, and she said that she wasn't going to take my shit no more, and that she needed time. I'm like, time for what? I ain't got much time. And she came here for Christmas. Matter of fact, she drew my name. Go imagine that. And we act like nothing had happened. Came outside, Mom was sitting on the porch, smoking a cigarette. I smoked a cigarette. Lee said, Lee apologized, and I apologized too. And I told her, I said, unblock me. She said, okay. Well, she never did. And she left Christmas, and I ain't seen her since. And she still has me blocked. Now she's deleted me off Facebook. And that breaks my heart because I was always close to Lee. And Dallas, me and her got into it 1st of April because I found out they're lying to me about all this shit. But Lee's been down here. She's got her boyfriend now. And Dallas only gives me bits and pieces. And then, I got pissed off because Dallas has been telling Lee mine her discussions. And I got mad. And she said, my youngest daughter said, fuck you, Daddy. I mean, she screamed it at me. I stood up, and oh, Lord, it took everything in me. And then she said, you're a fucking asshole. You know my 2 sons ain't never talked to me like that. And I've had some fucking arguments with them, boy, I'm telling you. But they ain't never said, fuck you, Daddy. Or fucking asshole or none of that shit. And that like to kill me. And we did this on my baby, half pints, my baby granddaughter's 11th birthday little dinner or gathering we had. I told her to go tell Lee to kiss my motherfucking ass. This is how all this started, over some bullshit. And I ain't seen my youngest daughter since. Probably won't. And if they do come to my house, if y'all watching this, the first words come out your mouth when you come, if you ever come back here, is, Daddy, I'm sorry. Because I apologized to Lee. I ain't apologizing to Dallas. I'm not in the wrong. I wasn't even wrong with Lee. I just don't get it. And everybody wants to know why I'm depressed. Because my fucking family's falling apart, man. Is it wrong to want your kids to love you? Even if it's just half the amount of love that I love my daddy? I would never, ever treated my daddy like this. I never spoke up to Daddy. Never. I knew as I got older, I knew that he was working so hard in that fucking mines and tearing up his body for us. I worked my ass off for Daddy. When we moved up here, I packed fucking locust posts from the bottom of the fucking hill all the way around the 24 acres of mountain. Always weed eating mode, because after I got done with it, I got to sit down and talk to him. I got to be with him. And if I knew Daddy was as sick as he was, I would have spent more time with him. But my kids, my family, they have fucked me over in one way or the other. I can't trust none of them. My mom, my brother, my kids. I just can't trust people. And people that have come in my life, whether it's be work related or club related or anything I've ever done, they always find a way to fuck me over or steal from me. They'll call me their big brother, go behind my back and steal shit. They call me their big brother and go around and give everybody else information about what we worked so hard for. That's what depression is, man. That's what mental illness is. I'm fucked up. I just feel hopeless, alone, and just can't wait till it's over. I guess that's it.